Hello everybody, my little lad Joseph, he's got The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and he's complained that he's got Joycon drift, which there's lots of things out there about it, but I'm just going to go and have a look to find out what the deal is. So you go right down to controllers and sensors. And then as it calibrate control sticks, so you press this one here. If we can get this to do it, there you go. That's this Joycon drift. So if you look, it's not returning to where it should do. So if we go back, click back and press this one's perfect. So it doesn't matter where you go, it returns back to the center every time. And then when you go back to the other one, the red controller, you're getting the drift. I'm not doing anything. And there you are, you can see what's happening. So hopefully we're going to try and fix this. So here we have the offending red controller, which is drifting. On the back of it, there's some screw holes here, there's 4, and these are tri-wing ones. No, it's probably not something you normally have. So what we did, we had a little pop onto Amazon and we bought this kit here, which is actually quite good. In it you get quite a bit of things. You get the screwdrivers that you need, some tweezers, and most importantly you get the Joycon sticks, which are the offending items. So we're going to have a little go now and see what we can do. So here we have the contents of the kit we bought. We've got a nice little 1.5 by 30 screwdriver, a 2mm by 30mm, that's a tri-wing one. We get 4 longer black screws, which I'll put in a little tub, little tub here, so we don't lose them. There you go. A little separating tool for opening the case when it's done. So obviously you're not using anything metallic or something, so it shouldn't cause any damage. And a nice little set of tweezers as well. So there you go. And of course, most importantly, these bad boys, which are the new Joycons, which also come with these rubber covers as well. So they're not bad. Right, to move on, we've got to take the 4 screws out of here. So we'll try that. There we go. That's 1. 2. 3. 'It's useful to put a bit of kitchen towel down, because then your screws will stay still, not roll about and disappear. As long as you're careful, you'll be fine. So there's the 4 screws, and we've got the 4 screws out of the Joycon controller. Now we've got the screws out, we can then very gently, if you prise this around here, you can just use your fingernails. And there, just be careful with it. Use one of these the tool that came with it's quite useful, because you can just slide that in there, get it in. There you go. There we go. You notice you got those little things there. So that's it open. Be careful not to strain the ribbon cables, and what you need to do is the battery, We just prise the battery out. The battery will come up. It's a fairly snug fit, but it does come out. Like that. Just gently take the battery over the top there. This bit's quite important. What you need to do is these two screws need to come out, but leave those two screws in. That's quite important. You'll see why fairly shortly. So let's take these two screws out using Phillips, slightly magnetised. We'll take that one out. And that one as well. That's that one done. And then we need to take this screw out here. So we'll take that one out as well.
Which one is the old one?
And that one's there. There we go. Now we've got that third screw out. So you very carefully lift this. Carefully again, because there's a ribbon cable there. So just gently put that there. And then we need to flip up the connectors on the rail. And again, we need to use something like a flat head to flick those up. Now we have to flip up these black connectors. So I've done that one there. Same with that end, look. So these connectors here need to be flipped. So we've disconnected most things. That's come off now by flipping those two connector cables up. This one here, again, flipped up, that's your shoulder button. And then we'll flip that one there, which is your Joycon button. So in a nutshell, that one's out. So now we need to take out that's your Phillips. So we'll take this screw out here. That's one of your Joycon ones. This one here. Take that out of the way, so you can expose that screw there. Get a bit of purchase on it. That's it. So there's two screws out from there, and then the offending Joycon button just lifts out. There we have it. That's that out. So now we'll go to put the the new Joycon stick in. There she is. Just make sure you bring that up. You need to get that in, so you don't want to damage that cable. And gently position that in there. That goes in. We sit that in there. That's that good. There. So we could take one of these screws. That's that one back in. Excuse me. that's that in there. So I've had a bit of a rave with this, but I've got it all back together. And
at this point, you should really perform a recalibration using the switch console part to make sure everything's working.
All the connectors are reconnected. All the little tape things are bashed back down again. So now basically I've just got to reassemble the whole thing and then see how we go on. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, very good. So it's just the reassembly now. So place that back in there. Put your screws in here. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. It's it wasn't quite. It's I wouldn't say I'm the most skillful with these sort of things, but if I can do it, I think anybody can. So all in all, his Joycon drift, rather than going out and spending, I don't know, £70 on 2 new Joycons for his Switch, it cost me £13 from Amazon, and yeah, it's not bad. So that's that there, nicely back together. So just gently position the battery, making sure you've got the wires down there. That's sat back in nicely. And then again there with that, making sure the tapes are nicely put back together. That's all sitting down nicely together. New Joy-Cons there, looks okay. And then I've got the 4 original screws, which I'll just use the tri-wings on. So put them back in there. I assume that's the right way. Yeah, it is. That feels good. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can hear it clicking away actually, so I'll just have to make sure everything works, of course, which I'm sure it does. So, but the top buttons, all the ribbons are reconnected. That I think I found the most fiddly bit, is reconnecting the ribbons and getting the little captive clips back down again and making sure you get them back in right. But there it is. So if I then bring the switch back in now, that with no drift. Yeah, happy with that. Thank you very much.